Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple days because I'm stuffy and runny at the same time, but I'm back here today for another day of learning about the Bible. Today, instead of actually reading the Bible, we're going to look at whether or not I should have my head covered when I pray and when I read. So excuse me for being sick, but I wanted to come on here. I didn't want to have too much time in between, the last video that I posted and this one. So to look up whether or not I should have my head covered, we're going to go online. We're going to look at the King James Version because I don't have that version, and that's the one that I'd like to look at in regards to whether or not I have my head covered. So we're going to start off by praying. I'm going to pray with my hands open to receive any blessings God's willing to give me, and I'm not going to cover my head until after we read this and figure this out. So go ahead and join me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So, on BibleGateway.com, I found passages in the book of Corinthians, chapter 11, verses 3 to 10. So verse 4 says, every man praying or prophesying. I always thought it was prophesying, but it says Prophesying. So I would say it says prophesying or prophesying, SY. Looks like this, like a sigh pronunciation to me. So every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven. So it seems to me as though they're saying to pray or to read the Bible without your head covered is like to shave all your hair off, which we're not supposed to cut our hair off, is what I heard. For if the women be not covered, let her also be shorn. I don't know what shorn means. Comment below, SHORN. Let's look it up. But let her also be shorn. Past participle of shear. Cut the wool. Okay, so like bald-headed. Having shaved your hair off. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. I guess that confuses me that it says, but if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, because I thought that in the Bible it already said that the women aren't supposed to be shorn or shaven, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen that passage. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, but the woman is the glory of the man. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. I don't really understand that. Corinthians 11, 3 through 10, King James Version. I found it at BibleGateway.com. I get that it says, it uses the words like women covered, and it says every man having his head covered dishonoreth his head. I can see how it's saying that men should have their head uncovered, and I guess it says that women should have their head covered. I don't really see it that way, and that's another reason why I go on and make these videos and share what I'm learning with you guys, because I want you guys to learn it with me. Like, tell me what you think, tell me if I'm missing something, tell me if I misinterpreted a word, things like that, because to me it doesn't really seem like that's what it's saying. It's for if the woman, this is Corinthians chapter 11 verse 6, for if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. It sounds to me as though it's saying, if it's a shame for a woman to be bald-headed in this society, let her cover her head so that she doesn't feel shame when she's praying or prophesying. For if the woman be not covered, or is it saying you might as well shave your head if you're going to have your head uncovered? Yeah, they say don't interpret the Bible alone, so I need your help, guys. What does the Bible say about head coverings? The practice of Christian head covering is commanded in Holy Scripture, 1 Corinthians 11, 2 through 6 in the Christian Bible. The practice of Christian modesty in clothing and long hair for women is commanded in Holy Scripture, Timothy 2:9 and Corinthians 11:15. So let's go back to Corinthians 15. Alright, so we want... But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So maybe that's what they mean by covering your head. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. Wow. And if you guys watch one of my other videos, I recently just cut some of the dead ends off my hair, and it had been so long. Like, I think it's been years since I cut my hair. Before that, my hair is so long. It was like down my back, my lower back. And, when I started learning about all this stuff, I was told that we weren't supposed to cut our hair, men or women, and we're really supposed to grow it out longer. And I was comfortable with that. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to cut my hair anymore. I'm not going to dye it, things like that. Just let it be whatever it's going to be. But the thing is, I had already colored my hair like many years ago, and the bottom of my hair is really dry, and it's still like that blondish color from, like, the damage that I've inflicted upon it. And so to me, I was just kind of like cutting off that damage of stuff that I've already done, because the top of your hair, from your roots down to wherever your damage starts, that's really where see, like this on the top, this is like natural color, things like that, and healthy. And on the bottom, this blonde and stuff, to be honest, like, that's not as healthy because you've bleached it. So I did trim off some of my hair on the bottom, but I don't really feel great about it because I did cut my hair. But does it still count as me, I just cut my hair off, even though it's blonde and it's fried because of what I did to it? I was thinking that I wouldn't cut my hair anymore. But even if I did cut my hair a little bit and my hair was long to my shoulders,